is Jessica with Dining Traveler, and welcome to the Dining Traveler cooking series where we make dishes from our favorite destinations at home. And this time I'm at Anna's beautiful kitchen. She's a good friend of mine. You've probably seen some cameos of her in some other videos. And today she's going to teach me how to make
glögg.
And what is glögg?
Glögg is a Swedish mulled wine.
Sounds delicious, so let's get started.
Well, you can actually make glögg in different ways, but I would say the main spices remain the same. You always have cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, and today we will also be using fresh ginger. Another thing that we will use is the peel of some tangerines. Many recipes call for dried tangerine peels. I don't always find that in the store, so I tend to use fresh peel, which we will do today. I typically use the organic ones. I would say the main thing is that you make sure that you always wash them properly on the outside, whether it's organic or not. And then for the garnish, we have almonds that we will crush and some raisins. So let's start by slicing up the ginger. I like to get some fairly thick slices just to make sure that they will be able to soak up the wine. And then we get the peel from the tangerine. So this is of course a question of preference. I love oranges and tangerines. So what I like to do is I even throw in a piece or two of the tangerine.
Yeah, let's go crazy.
Yeah, let's go crazy. So let's do that. And I really want to make sure that I get all that white stuff off. And then we will mix everything together. So we have prepared our tangerine. It's all going to go into the same pot.
So you want to use a heavy pot then?
I like to use a heavy pot. You want to heat up the glögg as it has been marinating to get all those fragrances. However, you do not want to let it boil, because what happens if you boil alcohol?
You lose the alcohol.
You lose the alcohol.
And that's no fun.
That's no fun. We put the ginger in there. Again, I love ginger, so I took a pretty sturdy piece of ginger. If you are not that keen on that, and if you want something with less ginger flavor, obviously you take a little bit less. And we're gonna add 2 sticks of cinnamon. Down they go. And for the cardamom, it's about a tablespoon. And finally for the cloves, we're gonna use about 5 of them. That's it. And down we go. Now we will add the wine and then a little bit of rum. The recipe asked for dark rum, but since we are actually shooting this for the Dining Traveler,
yes,
I wanted to give it a bit of a sweet Rican touch. Oh. So there you go. So we have some Ron el Barrilito rum that we will add too.
That we visited together. We visited Hacienda Santana together. So check out that video, people.
Yes, great memories. Great memories.
In your opinion, what is the biggest difference between glühwein to glögg? Glühwein, for those who don't know, is the German mulled wine.
I think that ours is a little bit more flavorful. That's just my feeling. I could be wrong though. And of course, in France and here in Belgium, we have the vin chaud, which is, I feel, also has less spices in it. So I think that would be my guess.
And I noticed you also don't add sugar to this one.
There are some recipes where you put in black raisins and heaps of sugar. We didn't go for that variation today, but that is also one of the different recipes that you could use.
This is the healthy glögg.
This is the very healthy glögg, obviously, with the wine and the rum. Absolutely.
No sugar, no added sugar, people. It just comes from the wine.
No, health first. And in terms of the wine, I would say you don't have to go for the most expensive, fanciest bottle of wine in the store, but I also wouldn't go cheapo. And then today we just have a Pinot Noir, so that typically works quite well.
And that's the varietal that you would go for, Pinot Noir.
You can use that or a merlot. Just not a cheap wine, because at the end of the day, you know, you're going to drink it and I want to make sure you have a good quality in there. But obviously I wouldn't use one of my best bottles of wine in a glögg, because of course you have a lot of very strong spices in there. So let's go for the rum. We will use a deciliter today. I do not know what that is in American measurements, but this is kind of the size of a deciliter. So that's it. We put everything together. Now it's time for this to just marinate. Typically put a lid on it, and then I put it out on my balcony for like overnight. Obviously, if you have a huge kitchen, you can just put it anywhere. Doesn't matter. And then we take it back in when we are ready to strain it and drink it. So this is of course a drink that you can drink it at any point in time during the year if you want to. But in Sweden, we like to drink it when it's cold, typically around Christmas. And it's something that when you come over to somebody's house for a Christmas meal or you're going to celebrate something, typically they will have some glögg for you, and that is kind of your starter drink.
We did a little TV magic and it is now ready to be simmered, so just walk us through those steps.
So now we've had our spices marinating for a good 12 hours. ideally. And we will strain the spices out of the wine, and then we will put it not to a boil, but we will heat it up, and then we will enjoy.
So you don't cook it with the spices?
I mean, you can, but then it gets a little bit messy when you're gonna start serving. Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes I leave the cinnamon sticks in there also because I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
And it's also another spice that I really enjoy. So you can do that, but I think in some cases it might actually overpower the taste of the wine and the rum.
Okay. And this is gonna be going on the medium-high heat for around how long?
I think it depends on the volume that you have and also the type of pot that you're using. So here we have a pot that kind of distributes the heat quite well and quite fast. So I will keep an eye on it. Oh, and you're already getting those flavors coming out. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely.
Tuki, tuki, tuki.
Yeah, this is a typical Christmas smell for me.
Yes.
This is a true Swede Rican glögg.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Yeah, bajilito.
Yes. So now I'm really at the minimum flame. Jessica, would you like a glass of glögg?
Yes, please.
Yes. Almonds and raisins?
Sí.
Yes. Just want to make sure there are no hidden allergies.
Gracias.
There you go.
So this is how we make glögg at La Casa de Anna's house. And thank you so much for sharing your recipe with us. So now to the important part.
Yes.
Skål.
Skål.
Delicioso. Thank you so much again. And for those who have made glögg before, would love to hear your version of it. If you have any comments or feedback, don't forget to share them and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.